What's going on in Georgia?
Basically, they attempted to legalize all forms of discrimination to the point where they even allow the KKK to come back and protect them. Oh, there we go.
Uh,
Pretty much, this is
And
a summary of the bill. The bill seeks to place personal beliefs above all else, including the needs of children, women, domestic abuse, violence, patients, and more. Basically, it's whatever the fuck you want to do, so long as you can claim that it's in the name of some invisible friend. Go the hell, go ahead.
I'm looking at the article right now and just scrolling through it. And so
Go the
the
hell
broad
ahead.
scope of the bill, which combines the House passed measure with an even broader Senate bill, has alarmed many observers, including State Senate Emmanuel Jones. In the debate over the bill today, Jones asked its sponsor, Senator Gregory Kirk, if the Ku Klux Klan could count as a faith-based organization protected under the law. And his response is, "I guess they could," Kirk answered, adding, "I don't know what would stop them." When Jones asked Kirk what seems to be the problem to him, Kirk responded that it did not because the bill certainly isn't directed at the KKK. Okay, that's some bad English right there. Kirk then compared the KKK to Beyonce's tribute to Black Panthers at the Super Bowl, saying that the Black Panthers would also be protected in this legislation. Oh my god.
I just gotta have the lesser of two evils, eh? You want the Black Panthers protected, you gotta protect the KKK too.
The biggest thing I'm hating about this is basically they're taking advantage of the fact that majority of cases are never going to go to court. Most people are just going to move on with their day and allow it to happen. Do you really think that every single case of discrimination will make it all the way up to the Supreme Court? And then the fact that these are passing at all, it's kind of like ingraining it into our culture that this is okay. You can do this to gay people.
It's for those who are just refusing to accept reality and change. It's the old fucking Archie Bunkers of the world when it comes to gay people. Just clinging to that old rhetoric until the day they die.
These types of bills are very, very common in terms of any type of civil rights fight. They tried doing similar things during integration. They tried to do the same things when the anti-miscegenation laws were taken down in Virginia versus Lovings. They always try to do this shit, and the sad part is they do pass in the South, and then it has to get rectified by the Supreme Court. I just see this as really, really fucking sad because I was really thinking about going to FWA, but after this, I'm not so sure.
Oh, we'll be fine.
So
I'm gonna try to find one for us.
It's also cute that this is kind of a repeating theme with furries, but I like how they just completely look the other way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apathy is a rampant in the fandom. It's like, oh, it doesn't bother us. No, it doesn't bother us at all. And then you have the EMS that refuses to treat someone who has an allergic reaction to something. So this kind of like the argument you had with that one moron that you're telling me about, and we were quoting him Title fucking 2 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and he still refused to. This one individual, folks, out there, this one individual refused to believe or accept what a public accommodation was, and he completely had steadfast in his belief that a public business was a business owned in the stock market and a private business was anything else otherwise, despite us linking directly from the Justice Department to this fucking moron what a public accommodation is under the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Title II and Title III. So he did not under any way give a shit about it, and I'm just gonna read it out really quick as my part.
Also liked how he tried to link to some unrelated thing as if it defended his argument. It was defining what public versus private ownership was, and like that's not related to this law at all.
Exactly. And ladies and gentlemen, this guy who we're talking about is both gay and a furry. So it's kind of funny when I don't know. I've always had a bad issue with furries trying to accept reality, but then again, whatever. Pot calling the kettle black, I guess. Who knows? So all persons shall be entitled to the full and equal enjoyment of goods, services, facilities, privileges, advantages, and accommodations of any place of public accommodation as defined in this section without discrimination on the grounds of race, color, religion, or national origin. Later on, they added gender to this, I believe. I'm not sure. For those out there watching, I will do more research and I will fix if I'm wrong.
Send me a link.
So, oh yeah, here's the link to the thing here in Steam. So, this is section 42 USC. Each of the following establishment is a place of public accommodation within this title of its operation affect commerce, or if discrimination or segregation by it is supported by the state's action. Any inn, hotel, motel, or other establishment which provides lodging or transient guests other than an establishment located within a building which contains not more than 5 rooms for rent or hire, which is actually occupied by the proprietor of such establishment as his residence. Any restaurant, cafeteria, lunchroom, lunch counter, soda foundation, or other facility principally engaged in selling food for consumption on the premises, including but not limited to any such facility located on the premises of any retail establishment or gasoline station. Any motion picture house, theater, concert hall, sports arena, stadium, or other place of exhibition or entertainment, and any establishment which is physically located within the premises of any establishment otherwise covered by this subsection, or within the premises of which is physically located any such covered establishment, and which holds itself out as serving patrons of any such covered establishment. So yes. And this is that's pretty much every business that's out there right now that sells anything to the public, whatever shop it is, whatever anything it is. This is public accommodation. You have to follow the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and if you don't, guess what? You're in deep shit. Now, there's an exception to this: is private clubs. Clubs like Sam's Club, Costco, think the Elks Club, golf clubs, whatever. If you have to pay a membership for it, technically they don't have to provide any accommodation. They almost always do, though, because, accommodation makes money. So,
And that goes to show that the true complicated answer will always lose out to the easy lie when it comes to some of these people.